NFL Week 1 is in the books, and already we have overreactions across the board. One overreaction is the play of Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, did Kirk Cousins play well? Hell nah. He played like trash. But he is coming off an Achilles injury. New team, new system, not to mention he just played against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Pittsburgh has always had a phenomenal defense, but when TJ Watt is healthy, that defense is on a whole nother level. Not to mention TJ Watt should probably be checked for steroids or something, but the boy just might be that good. He's got a battery in his back, and he can't be stopped. I challenge any of you that have Pittsburgh on your schedule that when you play against them and TJ Watt is healthy, how your quarterback will fare against TJ Watt in that defense. So I'm throwing week 1 out. I saw improvements on the Atlanta defense, even though it was against Justin Fields and the Steelers offense, but nonetheless, I saw improvements. And you're going to see improvements with the Atlanta offense going forward because they're not going to face too many defenses like that they saw in Pittsburgh. Matter of fact, you're going to see a difference this Monday night when they go into Philly to take on the Eagles. Now, Philadelphia is good, but their defense is not. Their defense is definitely not the Pittsburgh Steelers. I watched Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers just moonwalk up and down the field in Brazil last week. So pump your brakes on thinking that their defense is going to be like the Steelers. No, sir. So you will see the Falcons put up numbers. You're going to see them put up points. Next week when they go into Philly to face the Eagles, and they just might win that game. We'll talk about that later when I get my picks. But who ain't getting better, who is not showing any improvement, is the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, let's call a spade a spade. They are garbage truck juice stank. They are that bad across the board. Offense, defense, and starting with the ownership. David Tepper is probably the worst owner in the NFL. Look how many coaches he's ran through since he bought the team some years ago. Not to mention, they need to admit that they made a mistake when they took Bryce Young with the number 1 pick. Now, I'm not trying to throw the young man under the bus, but he is not C.J. Stroud. I said before the draft that C.J. Stroud should be the number 1 pick, and look at him now. He just looks the part. I mean, he plays the part. He's bigger. He's more talented and physically gifted than Bryce Young. So just face it, Panther fans. You made a mistake. And from what I hear, they are actually charging $1.80 for some of the upcoming games. That is a damn shame. Look how far the mighty have fallen. Even though they weren't mighty last year, they're probably going to have the number 1 pick in next year's draft. But speaking of the cookie crumbling, Deshaun Watson. What in the hell happened to Deshaun Watson? I had faith in Deshaun Watson coming into this season that he would be more improved and more like his old self, more like the Deshaun Watson we saw in the early years at Houston. But he doesn't pass the eye test with me. Now, is Dallas that good or is just he gone to shit? I don't know, but it doesn't look good either way. And you might need to seriously consider putting in Jameis Winston as your starting quarterback before your season just becomes a waste. But speaking of not being a waste, look at the Dallas Cowboys. They gave Dak the bag, and he did show that he was deserving of that bag when they beat the Cleveland Browns. And I want them to keep that same energy when they play the New Orleans Saints, who look like world beaters against the worst team in the NFL last week against the Panthers. They put up 47 points. Let's see them put up 47 points against the Cowboys. I doubt it, but I look forward to watching Dallas and the Cowboys roll when they play the Saints this week. And speaking of on a roll, let's give Brock Purdy his flowers. I mean, people want to call him a system quarterback, but what else do you need? I mean, they're loaded on both sides of the ball, and they're kicking ass and taking names since last year, and they got the right quarterback for the job. So let's just quit calling Brock Purdy a system quarterback and just call him what he is, a good NFL quarterback.